previous video, I wired my GPS module, the BN-180, into my flight controller. Now it's time to set it up in BetaFlight so we can get the GPS module to work and set up rescue mode. Let's get started. So we're going to go ahead and connect to BetaFlight now. We're going to move over to the Ports tab. So in my last video I showed that I wired up my GPS module to the UART3. So we're going to go find the UART3 and go to the sensor input section and change that from disabled to GPS. And I'm going to set the baud rate up to 57,600. We're going to save this. It's going to reboot. Now we got that, let's go back in, go to the configuration tab, scroll down to the GPS tab, and let's enable GPS. Now you'll see that there's a different protocols. We're going to use U-blocks for this BN-180, and I'm going to leave everything the same. Autobot off, autoconfig on, that auto detect on, and we're going to save and reboot. So I want mine to work on a switch, so I'm going to set GPS rescue mode to be active on my aux1 switch, which I'm using for my flight modes. So I've already got a beeper set up on it, my air mode. I'm going to go and find the GPS rescue, and I'm going to add a range. I'm going to set this up for my aux1 channel. I'm going to slide that to my position 3. So I've got it set up with position 1 as being my angle mode, position 2 is air mode, position 3 is also air mode, but it's going to activate GPS rescue also. So I think I get everything set up right. I'm going to save this. I'm going to go set up my OSD so that I can see some GPS items that are pretty important. I'm going to set up altitude, which I'm seeing on screen here. I'm going to put my GPS satellites here so I can see how many satellites I'm currently locked onto. My GPS speed, position that down here. My home direction, so it's going to put the little arrow always pointing towards home up here. My home distance, so I know how many feet it is to home up here. I'm going to save this. The final thing I'm going to do is go to the CLI tab and get all the GPS configuration data. So I'm going to type in get GPS, and it's going to show me all of the configured items. I'm going to look first for some of the items that I care about, which is the rescue angle. Rescue angle is set to 32 degrees. I think that's the max angle that your craft will try to fly at. Next one is the initial altitude. I've got mine set for 50 meters. The descent distance, this is how far away from home it starts descending. I got it 30 meters. The ground speed is 1,000 centimeters per second, which I think is about 40, oh, maybe that's 22 miles an hour. And then I also have the sanity check set to rescue sanity on. I'm going to save this, and I think we're ready to try it.